Let's see here. Got vocals up. That's good. We got us a blank, or I should say a brand new virtual machine, Ubuntu virtual machine. And gonna get this. Basically what we're gonna do today is cover some Postgres from ground zero to actually getting started, right? I don't know how deep we'll get into it, but that's what we're going to cover. I'm using a Linux machine here. That's what you see on the screen. So really, let's just start getting into it, and I'll talk about, what did I do? Broke a session, whatever. Postgresql. So I'm probably saying it wrong. Postgresql, Postgres, Postgesql. It's one of the oldest databases out there. It's seriously battle tested. A lot of companies use it. It is a relational database. As you can see there, it actually tells you quite some details if you just look up Postgresql. And all the pertinent links are there. Tons of books. Oh look, there's even a Twitter. I didn't know there was a Twitter. A big giant elephant. I don't know why they picked that, but it doesn't particularly matter. We're going to get in. We're going to write us some SQL and start using this thing. So I'm doing this on Linux. Now you can do this on Mac OS. You can do it on Windows. Postgres is awesome in the sense that, as you can see, runs on FreeBSD, OpenBSD, Red Hat, Debian, Ubuntu, blah, blah, blah. Everything you can think of. Solaris. Like, you can still run it on Solaris if you want to, if you got one of those. Let's dive in here off the postgresql.org/download site. And I'm just going to dive in this way, even though, let's talk about that for a minute. There's other ways to get Postgres, right? You can go to get Postgres via Docker. So that's another route we might take. But right now, I'm just going to actually go this route and get it set up via Ubuntu. So Postgres app support for current LTS versions of Ubuntu, 18.04, 16.04, 14.04. Right now I'm on 18.04, so obviously we'll go that route. Oh, get to choose? Fancy. Make it pertinent to that. So just use standard apt-get here. We'll go ahead and get Postgres installed. So that adds the deb not installed. So this is a fresh machine, so we're going to get to do all of the steps here. Sudo apt install deb. Can I do that? I think that might work. Unable to locate. What is it? Okay. Ubuntu install deb. Deb command. Or deb command. This may be it. Deb command. gbetty tool, and then open this. What is that? Package on. No, it's not right. How to install using dpkg. I love how Twitch fluctuates sometimes. 1 minute there's 2 people, and then there's 6, and then there's 8, and then there's 6. But I bet everybody was chilling there for a while before it started flaking out. So deb, what does Ubuntu actually tell us if we just type deb? Did you mean any of those? No, not gather deb. I don't actually know how to install that, so I'm going to load it up. It's your install Ubuntu deb It's for getting the key file, right? For that repo. Yeah. Install Ubuntu deb repo edition. Repositories of the command line. Add software repositories. So here it says, yeah, deb. Oh, click Ubuntu icon on the dock to search for software and activities search bar. Add software repositories. Click add and enter repository. Okay, so we could go this way, and then start up. Is that gonna? Yeah. Nah. Damn it. Note to the Postgres crew: this doesn't just install on the default Ubuntu box. So search for software in the activities bar. Software. Oh, this is what we want. We want this. That's what we want. Yeah. So then we can actually add. So what's it say? Software and updates. Software updates. I love how there's two things though. It's not just one. So you can add a volume. And here we can actually add this. And we're not adding the. Oh, oops. Add this, not the CD. Act line. So that would be that thing, I believe. So let's see what this does. Oh, it's the whole thing. That's cool. So that's super weird. I've never had to use a UI forcefully to add a thing. But anyway, there we go. So we've added that via the user interface. Yes, please reload. Now this is probably doing a sudo update or whatever behind the scenes. Structure, da da da. Yeah, it looks like you got it. What? The key. Oh, then I gotta add the key. So now we can, let's just do it this way. Get update. And that'll get us set. So what we get with installation. So we're going to do Postgres 10. So we'll get the client libraries and client binaries, core database server, additional supplied modules, contributions. No, I'm not sure what that is, but that's works for me. Then we get some C headers and libraries, and pgAdmin 4. Oh, cool. I didn't know they started. It's been a while since I used Postgres, so I didn't know they had started including pgAdmin 4. Then, of course, maybe it's been included all the time, but I've always gone out and installed it myself. So then there's other installers while that's installing. There's interactive installer by Enterprise DB. I don't ever use that. I've used it once before, and it did some weird stuff, so I don't use that anymore. And like I said, there's other ways to get Postgres, like go out and get Docker. And we will look at that at some point, but right now, just want to get a server running on this machine and work on it a little bit. Whoa. I just highlighted all that stuff because I forgot that I have a touch screen on this laptop, and I just like moved it, I guess. That was weird. Anyway. So we're done there. So now we just dive right in. Let's hear sudo git install Postgesql 10. Yes, please. Give me the database. The database. Install database. Zip coffee. It's a good life choice. I even put some honey in it. Honey and coffee, especially like an Americano, is spot on awesome. Oh, what's that say? Data directory log file. Oh. Huh, okay. Log file down. I guess wouldn't that be uh wouldn't that be okay? No, it would need to be in red text. All right, so we got Postgres installed. File category browser. So now here's a good thing to test out. What is the next step here? So let's go look at the documentation. Manuals for, oh, we're on 11? Well, phooey, I just installed 10. So it seems that the website's out of date. Maybe we need to put a PR in. I ain't gonna fight with a PR right now, but all right, getting started. That should get us somewhere, right? Installation. No? I want to check this. Oh, geez. So then getting started, architectural fundamentals. That's great. So I want to use it though, because I kind of know this stuff and we want to see it, see the innards of it. Let's try Postgres, or let's try pgAdmin. There's pgAdmin 3. What's pgAdmin 3? I just installed pgAdmin 4. pgAdmin 4. We're not going to do that. So this is one of the things that I've always found with Postgres. You get it installed, and then the docs kind of just trail off. Okay, so I want to create a database, but it doesn't even tell you how to make a connection to it. So that's groovy. Connecting to Postgesql command name. Actually, let's start Postgres Ubuntu. I bet we need to start the server. Oh, here's a DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean always has good docs. When in doubt, right? Go to the sources that seem to write really amazing stuff. Connecting Postgres image for the first time. This actually looks kind of good. So do we have that PSQL? Oh yeah, so we need to do sudo -u Postgres PSQL Postgres. So this is going to set up our database. This is a pretty important step. There we go. Then we need to do password Postgres. Enter new password. So it's secret, y'all don't look. Obviously I'm kidding. And then let's close that. So /q. And then what do we got here? Allowing local connections. Constraints underline. So I don't know what is set up yet, but let's not dive into tweaking that just yet. It's nice that they want us to do this. You can see how Postgres can be confusing though. Here I am. Let's say I have no idea what I'm supposed to do first. How are you supposed to know that you need to go in and do this right off the bat, right? Set up a Postgres user. That wasn't in the docs. It's like download and then you're just left hanging, right? I personally think that, yeah, there ought to be a next step. So I'll bet you $50 that DigitalOcean, and you'll have to chat at me to actually take the bet. But I bet you $50 that this doc will have details about what I need, even though it's for 1604. Okay. Yeah, let's see. All right, we're gonna scroll down. No bet takers. All right, that's cool. It's not smart to bet anyway. You're just gonna lose your money. Roles and databases. High viable clan member, whatever that means. There's this. There's this. Be logged in and able to interact with the database management system right away. Exit out Postgres by doing that. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into that in just a minute. I'm gonna get pgAdmin running here in the next few minutes, and then I'm gonna dive in, get Docker installed, and then we'll pull down an image with it and that too, and we'll look at connecting via the same pgAdmin, right? Because basically we'll use pgAdmin locally to connect to this local running database, and then we'll get a Docker image running locally via Docker, and then connect to it too. And we'll kind of look at some of the nuances of getting those two things connected. Without switching accounts. So Postgres PSQL, create a new role. Do we want to do that? Do we want to create a user? We probably should. Create a new database. Open a Postgresql prompt with the new role. Okay, we may come back to that in a minute. But I want to see, all right, pgAdmin 4. So it doesn't look like it's started, really. It doesn't look like it actually installed, even though it said that it would install it. Well, whatever. Links just don't work in Twitch because it's Twitch. I mean, fake news is just fake news. It's everywhere like a disease. I don't want Windows. Oh, maybe that's why it didn't come as default. Container, Python. Yeah, let's do apt. Well, this is what we did. Bloody hell. So we did the curl there. That's the other thing. I'm going to go ahead and sudo apt get install curl. Okay, I guess I already did that earlier. What were you going to link? Bible. I'll get it up there if you need it. If you got some good links or whatever. Or you can, I guess you can whisper it at me. I don't think it blocks it there. Great craziness right there. Oh, is it a separate thing? Let's actually do that. Let's get crazy. We just did 10, but let's do all of them and the pgAdmin 4. Designate it specifically. Even though it looked like the last thing on the Postgresql site, the one that shows up first in Google, that seemed to allude to the idea that it was installed with the package, but it clearly isn't. I gotta get a better chair. This one sucks. I had a nice one at the office, but today is a home day because I just did not feel like leaving the house. Let's my database glasses instead of my dystopian Harry Potter glasses. There we go. All right, we're almost there. Got to be almost there. pull up some music real quick. You know, just some standard thrashy stuff. There we go. So if I type in pgAdmin now, what do I get? Are you shitting me? Just start this way. Oh, there it is. That's cool. All right, go ahead and start up. Let's see here. All right, music. Da da da. Woo! It's nice and loud. It seems like some appropriate database music. Alright, so... Oh, this is nice. This is better than... Let's configure pgAdmin. Display keyboard shortcut nodes. Oh, wow. This is freaking way better. Good job, pgAdmin team. I'll knock this one out of the park. Here's the servers. Let's create server name local DB. Oh, okay, this is localhost. I bet. I can change the background. Fancy. Let's go with this one. I'm gonna make that a little darker, because if that's text, it could be pretty weird. Host name, address, or service must be specified. Alright, well, what's the service? We need to figure out what the service is. So this did this, news, contacts, documentation. Quick start. Okay, this is the quick start. And then it says, we'll automate the repository setup. That's shell show. Oh, that's nice. I don't want all that. Oh, interesting. All via web interface. That's cool. Okay, so adding local Postgesql server to pgAdmin 4. Yeah, so how do you connect to localhost? What is the detail? Server dialog. Server. No, I don't want to do that. I want to. Oh, there it is. Server dialog. Yeah. Oh, okay. So then connection. Connection is local host. But it's got the port there, so 5.32 more, and then password should be the one I just entered. Sure, say password. And then local DB. Is that gonna? Yep, sweet. Okay. So this is pgAdmin, right? It's a pretty slick little interface. And as I was just saying, being all wow and stuff, you know, you can add your databases. There's the default one, Postgres, which gets added in there, but like super easy to do a lot of user interface management of the database here. Like you create a database and say, let's call this one to-do list. Or let's just call it to-do list like this. And then you go in, insert definition, blah, 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 security, parameters, SQL. Just like if you want to, this actually shows you the SQL that you would execute, which is pretty slick. I love being able to get a lot of the basic stuff like that. Because then you don't have to go remember random stuff, like what the encoding is, UTF-8. Like, why would I ever remember that? I don't know. But anyway, the owner is going to be Postgres. Connection limit, I think that basically means however many. That's the database name, to-do list. We're all set. So yes, please add that. Boom, there we go. So now we got another database, Postgres and to-do list. Again, Postgres is just the one that got put in there whenever I was typing the command line stuff. So it's like a default. Then let's go see about. So there's these default ones. There's our user, Postgres, right? And then create login group role. Is that what we do? Let's try to make it user. Some user. Definition. Whatever. And then no exploration. Privileges, can log in, super user no. Inherent rights from parent roles. Yeah, sure. Initiate stream replication backups. Interesting. Membership. Parameters. Security and SQL. So there we go. We should have some user now. Oh, it's a group, not a person. So let's actually nuke that. Delete or drop. And then let's refresh it real quick. There we go. And we'll just stick with Postgres for now. Yeah. So in here, like if you use some of the other databases like SQL Server, you'd see a thing that says tables. In Postgres, where you'd find your tables, which you put your data in, is actually, oh wow, things are different for me. So let's figure this out. So we got schemas, public. Actually, let's create database. All right, then. I want to create script. Yeah, let's do that. What the heck? Let's write some SQL. Yeah. Well, I don't want to create a database. What I want to do is actually, that's cool. So I want to create a table. Let's see here. What's the list? Working with tables. Yeah, we're going to call it create table, and then it's a to-do list. So let's say to-dos. And usually pluralize it. People have different opinions about this stuff, but generally speaking, I like to pluralize the name of the tables because the table does, after all, hold multiple to-do items. So it would be to-dos, right? And then what we'll need is the stuff that's in the table, right? So there will be columns of data. Like to-do name, to-do item. We also need a primary key, or at least in a relational database, it's ideal if every table has a primary key. Primary key is a unique identifier that can be used to identify the data. Even more specifically, it's nice to be able to have something like, you can use an auto number if you want to. If you have more than one database or any of the data gets out of sync, you can lose sets of numbers. There's all sorts of issues with that. One of the more ideal things to use for a primary key or primary identifier is something that you will know will be 100% unique all the time, right? So from a system perspective, probably the most ideal thing to use as a primary key is a UID or a UUID, which stands for unique identifier. And the cool thing about that is generally when you create the create table, you can set it up so that the database can create the UUID, or the client software can even create the user identifier. So depending on how synchronously or asynchronously connected an application is to a database, you can have the responsible party kind of change hands depending on what's being created. But also, if a client creates a unique identifier And a database creates a unique identifier. You can pretty much be assured with like a 99.99999999999+ % chance that those won't conflict, right? So very important to have a unique identifier like that, and usually the UUID or UUID creator is the best thing to use for that. So I'm going to use this type of casing with underscores because relational database habits kind of die hard. And then let's see what the do ID, and then I know it's going to be a primary key. But then I need to know, let's see here, what is this? SQL Postgres create table UUID. Basics of this, yeah, so this is basically UUID right here, a couple different ones. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but let's see here. Create extension that exists. UUID, select you. Oh, does that print that out? Interesting. So that's what I'll need. I want this function to actually create the UUID for me. Yeah, just like this, you can see precisely. Let's steal and go use that for our first primary key for this table. So it is just UUID, generate. P4 is definitely fine. Then I'm going to get rid of that one. And then let's create some other elements that will actually store the stuff that we want, right? So what do we want it to do usually? We want to do a due date. Let's do a due date. Probably like a date. So let's do date time. I have to check the types in just a second. Then there'd be to do title. Actually, let's just call it title. We'll make it text, and then we'll say body to be text. What else? Due date, title, body. Let's do status. Make that a character 2. It's going to be a 2-character code, right? So maybe we could do something like done or unfinished or whatever, but we'll just do like a 2-character code for it. Yeah, that'd be pretty easy, right? Pretty useful. So let's see, what is this? Date time. Can I do it? No. What is the? Let's see. Postgresql date field. The date time type. That's wrong. Oh yeah. So just timestamp. Yeah, that's what I want. Or do I even? I don't even know if I want the timestamp. It's the only option. It's a timestamp. I guess timestamp is just a date and time. So I definitely want date and time. It's not an interval. Maybe I need to do date and then time actually. Date time input p value. It looks like I should do both. Yeah, let's just do that. It'll be a little bit of programming, but hey, you know, that's what we're doing here. So we'll do date time. So we do time, and then this was, what was it? Just that. So let's see if this will. Actually, let's see if this is gonna work. So how do we run this in here? So we just save it probably. That's download the SQL. What's that do? Let's look. Oh, that's cute. Oh, it opens the error. I don't know what just happened. Do I have to open it in LibreOffice, that's weird because it's a CSV. I get it. Okay, you open then for a minute. Create table, to-dos, syntax at near or whatever, create. Huh. Line 2. Primary key. Actually, let's take this out. I don't really know if that's an active function. It might have been something in that log tree. Specifically, was doing. So what if I just save it? What does it say? Save it. So save. A save file on the system. Ah. Weird. Let's go. That's your user. No, let's not put it in that user. Let's put it in. Does that one exist? Sure, we'll put it here. It's your desktop. Save it. So let me give it a name. Can I just do this? Create table. There we go. Did that really just put it there? That is interesting for a web app to do. Huh, okay. Cool beans, whatever. So and then dashboard, dependencies, stats. Alright, is this run? Oh yeah, here we go. Execute and refresh, explain. Well, let's do that, see what it says. Character, this. What? It's a bunch of hogwash. Oh, Stark and Wayne. I wonder how Dr. Nick is doing. Gen random. Once you do this, you can generate a random ID. Right, so do a random ID. So that does look right. Primary key. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta set this up. Let's get that in there. Now what do we got? We got anything now? No function matches the given name. We have to do v4. Alright, try that again. Let's go with oh, do I have to? Weird. That is not something I'm used to. No function matches. Alright, so take that out. Now what do we say? Default. Character 51. Oh. What a noob mistake. Oh, did I not get? Didn't get that right either. Reasons UIDs are good. That looks like a good blog post. You should read it. I'll link that and some other ones in the blog intro right after this. Especially this one. This looks like this is just a really good blog post. Like everything from DigitalOcean. I can't rave about their blog posts enough. They're freaking awesome. So let's do Postgresql date type. Oh yeah, whatever. Just want the date though. It says date. Date, no time of day. Time of day, no date. Both date and time. Maybe I should go with timestamp. It's just fine, I'm sure. There we go. And boom, what do we get? Syntax error, no timestamp. Oh. Let's put the that back. Get rid of these commas that apparently you don't need commas. I could have sworn you did. No, you gotta need commas, right? Oh, this is driving me nuts here. Let's hear it. Sample Postgresql create table UI. So back to this one. Oh, okay. Specific to generating. Okay, let's do this then. Create it cannot exist. Let's do that. Let's take this out so it doesn't try to run that. Boom. Okay, extension created. And then, yeah, we should be able to do that now. So actually, let's see how this executes. Let's see if we can highlight stuff and then execute a specific line or something. So like this, and then we'll go and select blah, blah, blah. Now if I highlight it, will it execute just the highlighted print? Okay, cool, it did. So I just selected that. It just runs what you've selected. So that's what I want it to do. So then, so that actually installed, you're saying v1, right? Let's do that, and run the table. Okay, maybe it was just, no function matches the given name and argument types. Well, what was the damn thing? It is v1, and it gave me the result. Oh, I see what I did. I just named it. Stupid thing, the old thing. There we go. Right, that does already exist. Ah, so we have a table now. Woohoo! And it should say, yeah, already exists. And let's download that, and we'll just save it to our desktop again. So I have that there. All right, so now we can go looking for this thing, right? Domains, foreign tables, tables. Here we are, nested in the beautiful structure of pgAdmin, which is always fun. There we go. Columns. Yeah, all right. So you got ID and all that jazz. So the cool thing is, let's see here. Let's go and create, refresh, count rows, delete, drop cascade, maintenance. There we go. So let's do an insert script. It's going to spit out a bunch of SQL for us based on the table. Yep. There we go. So this is one of the beautiful things about SQL tooling and SQL relational databases. Almost all of them already have a lot of tooling. So it's pretty easy, if you know a few things about it, it's pretty easy to at least get a hold of it and use it for application development or whatever. So right here we have an insert. Basically the way this works is, so we did limit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So what I need to do here, if I'm going to insert it, pretend this is the application too, like I was talking about a minute ago. Now, if you recall, let's see, what was the function name called again? Oh, it didn't save. It didn't actually save my code. So anyway, it was UUID something. UUID generate v1. So if I go in here and I put UUID generate v1, that'll give me the UUID for the ID field. And then due date, I'm going to put in 10/1/2020. Then go over here and let's say, oh, I left due time in there. Didn't really want to leave due time in there. Anyway, due time 3:33. Try to do PM, see what it does. And then title, this is a new to-do item. Oops. Not double quotes, single quotes. Another specific technicality of SQL, PostgresQL specifically. All right, there we go. Let's throw in a time here, 2:30 p.m. And that's the title. The body is, this is some content. And then we'll go with 2-character code, which would be, let's say, outtro. Right? And then run that, boom. Query executed successfully. So now, if I wanted to, I could just say something like the ultimate select star. Everybody always tells you, don't do this in a relational database. Don't do it in any database with CQL or any of those other things either. At least not in production. But we're not in production. We're playing around right now. So star means show me all the columns. From to-dos. I'm going to execute, and boom. There is our table. Let's see what we actually got. Did it? Oh yeah, it identified and appropriately put that in military time, so it knows how to translate that junk that I put in there. And then everything else is in there, just perfect. Another thing you can do is you can right-click here. Let's say, like, at least there used to be, is there a way to just look at it? Columns. Oh, there's the columns. Let's actually, let's delete this column, see what this does. Is it just going to delete it for us? Yep. Cool. So also we can enforce other things, like the title and body. Say allow null, no. Due date, no. But actually we could leave this and let it be null. We could let status be null. Let's just be crazy, right? And body. We'll just say that you have to put the title in, and that's really all you have to put in. And then let's save that and see what happens. And then if I run this again, you'll see the due date should disappear. Yep. So when you do something like that and you modify a table, it can get tricky. You can blow away a lot of data. And you're kind of stuck. All right. I guess my music just decided it was. There we go. All right. Now, what is some of the next things we can try? Anything anybody wants to check out? Anybody wants me to dig into something? So far, we've done a pretty good setup. We got Postgres running. We've executed some SQL against the Postgres server. It's running local. We will take a look at Docker in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and dive into that. But anything else? Any questions, comments? And again, I'm just digging into this database at a very high level. Kind of like a review of what it is and what it's good for and that kind of jazz. All right, so next steps. The array data types are neat in Postgres. Oh yeah, the arrays are. The other thing too is the native JSON, which might be native. Yeah, native JSON. It's freaking awesome actually because of just the things that it enables, like Postgresql data types. Let's talk about some of this real quick. So yeah, you got standard stuff like char, which I just did, varchar, text, UUID, of course, we just used that too. That's great for primary identifiers. But yeah, the JSON data is freaking awesome because it actually understands what's in the JSON. So you can inform your queries in that sense. Booleans, all that other stuff. Let's look at 9.5. Oh yeah, see, it's got monetary types, binary data types. That comes in handy. Like if you want to do, you can do some really crazy stuff with your database with those. Oh, I don't even really know what these enumerated types are. Oh, also hugely important, very powerful, geometric types. Oh, and there's network address types. Oh, this is going to be a joy to play with. XML type, of course, JSON, arrays, composite types. Yeah, this is going to be wicked. I'm going to love writing some stuff for this. So what are some of the things that you like about the arrays in particular? Anything? Yeah, it just seeing them declared is pretty badass, honestly. Oh, and like I didn't even realize you could do multi-dimensional arrays. That's cool. Tuple arrays. Yeah, that's pretty epic. I like that a lot. Monetary type. So that's basically a float, right? Yeah. And then binary data types. Basically your imagey stuff, like images or video files or something like that, can be in here. And of course you can just store binary whatever comes up. Enumerated types. What is enumerated types? Oh, I guess that char, I could have made that a new enumerated type, right? Because I was going to say open, closed, off, whatever, and got rid of the prospective looming fear of introducing nulls, right? I'll have to look at that a little later. That's pretty slick, though. And of course, geometric types are like, think of longitude and latitude, right? And of course, the three-dimensional objects, all those types of things. Having something you can query off of, super awesome. Oh, you got box, paths, polygons, circles. Yeah. And that's kind of interesting. I wonder how the underlying data type is for this. Because like I'd usually just normally, I remember SQL Server days, we'd just store the IP or the CIDR or whatever just as a string. You know, you just put in a string with the limit of how long your 4 values or your CIDR with the slash whatever value would be. And MAC address, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so when I jump back into the Caligari project later on the stream and do data generation, this is where a lot of the data generation specificity is going to come into play. Hybrid relational. Oh yeah. Have you ever seen? One person I know does some awesome talks on it, and I guess he's always doing something with it. But Rob Connery does a lot of awesome stuff with Postgres. I got to see him speak. Actually, the first time I met him in person, I got to see him speak in Krakow at Dev Day or Dev Developer, I don't know, some Dev conference thing, whatever. Anyway, it's like 200 people, and he did a whole thing on Postgres and how to do a specific thing. He was showing some of the weird stuff. He just made a document DB, like on the spot, put together a document DB based on JSON and some other stuff. It was pretty awesome. He's always a kick-ass presenter. I like watching Rob. All right, so I'm going to save. I don't want to close that one. That one I want to save for everybody. All right, let's go through this. Oh, wait, let's see. Good housekeeping, right? Stop Postgesql service. Win key. How do you even is that gonna work? Now relaunch. Brew services start Postgresql. Interesting. And let's do sudo services stop Postgresql. Postgresql. No. Sudo service stop. Maybe I need to type Ubuntu stop Postgresql service server. Oh, that ain't even the thing, is it? Ubuntu 18.04 stop Postgresql. Alright, good old Stack Overflow post. Well, that's just where. Oh, it says service. That's what I just put. Didn't I? Oh, I just did it backwards. Though. Alright, so we stopped it. And I wanted to stop it because we're about to, you know, install Docker. I'll need 2 of them running. So let's do a little quick. Desktop, clear, touch, links, and note set, markdown. Put it on here. Find out real soon. Oh, I do. Sweet. So there's the link. And there's, close that. Actually, I'll leave that open. And then let's say install Docker Ubuntu 18. Oops. Let's do it specific because it'll probably might be different. All right, a DigitalOcean. See, like DigitalOcean, you know, they could just write documentation. Like, I would pay for their documentation. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. But anyway, look at this. They even have a drop down to pick your thing. That DigitalOcean, anybody from DigitalOcean is listening to this, y'all seriously kick ass. Alright, so we did an update recently. Install prereqs. Okay, let's get those in there. Yeah, get started. Get going. We need to get that key for their repo. And what is this? Add the Docker repository. And yeah. Update again. I'll let that run for a second. I'll be back in 25 seconds. Oh. Yeah. Had the heater turned on. It's about to pass out from heat. Alright, so that's installed. Then sudo git update. That was quick. I've patched. Since I had such slow, crappy internet the last couple times I did a stream, I made sure to get a actual connected plug to get to Ethernet. Since I have gigabit, I was like, why am I dealing with a slow connection when I have a solution for this? So, wired up. That's why everything's flying by on the installation there. Is this Docker? What? Version table? Oh, yeah, okay. So it's just making sure we're actually going to use the right one. Into install none. Candidate there. Like this, right? Although the version number of Docker may be different. Yeah. Notice that Docker is not installed, but the candidate for installation is from the Docker repository for Ubuntu 18.04, right? Bionic. I think that's Right one. 500. Bionic. Bionic should be the right one. Yeah, Bionic, stable, AMD64 package, AMD64. Yeah, looks good. Keep rolling on that. It always seems like Docker has more steps than it really ought to have, but whatever. I guess I'm on Linux and on Windows, so they expect you to be able to run commands. I'd rather be running commands anyway, because they actually seem to run. I mean, some of you might remember I just had a fit on Twitter recently because I tried to install Docker and I had to go get like Docker machine to get it to run on Windows. That just seemed ridiculous. I realized I needed Pro, but whatever, the non-Pro one doesn't allow Hyper-V. There we go, making progress. Cool. Okay. But yeah, you need Pro because you need Hyper-V to run Docker on Windows and whatever. Executing the Docker command. Oh yeah, we definitely want to do this. Docker. Right. Is it gonna say that? Oh yeah. So see, you get this permission thing if you install it and then don't fix this stuff. So I need to do this to get my user mod set, and then switch user. Confirm that your user is now added to the Docker group. Adrian, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, what? It should say. Oh, yeah. That's right. And then the Docker group, you're not logged in as declare these commands explicitly. Okay. That's what I used to do. So these commands are a little different now. Now let's see what we get. Docker. Cool. Docker. Yes, right? Yeah, it worked. That's beautiful. So we have that. Docker subcommand help, Docker info, working with Docker images. Yeah. So now let's actually get that. We'll put it in our little notes text file. And then let's go to Docker Hub. And go find us a Docker Postgres image. Sign in. Oh, yeah, do I remember password? Never remember any of my passwords. Oh, that one must have been nice. Because here I am. Woohoo! Alright, Postgesql. Verify publisher and official image. Yeah, that's what I want. Cool. So here's our Postgres official image. Oh, and Azure has a sidecar for Kubernetes with Postgres. That's slick. But I don't want that right now. Is this really? Oh, 10 million downloads. I thought it was like 10 megs. I was like, how did they make it 10 megs? That's impossible. Okay, so we want the latest. So go in and take a. Oh, I didn't want to look at the Docker file. I just want to get it. So what is? Select a product here. Official image. No. I just want to. Well, I guess this could pull by tags, but let's see. Ah, okay. So they got the Alpine. Alpine's a really, really small Linux distro, by the way, which probably half of Docker images are put on that because of the amazingly small, minimalistic setup that it has. So what do you get? Where to get help? Blah, blah, blah. File issues. What is Postgres? Oh, they added a lot more stuff to this, that's for sure. One way you can actually pull the image is just to run this. But I'm gonna do it the way they say to do it. So, oops, that's not what I wanted. So the pull command is always up here at the top. So docker pull Postgres. Boom. So that'll start downloading, probably be pretty quick. And then to start it, once we get it all downloaded, use this Docker. We'll pick apart this Docker command and see if we can't get it running. Connect to application. Oh, this is what we need actually. This thing. There we go. So we're going to connect to it with the default password, which is that the default password? It may be, it may not be. Docker run. That's your Docker PS. It is currently running. That's cool. So now we can connect to it with. Can we connect to it with Postgresql? Or I mean PSQL? This should work, I think. Oh no, that says run. I think there. This is exactly. All right. Well, okay. So we ran it with my secret passcode, whatever password. I'm gonna run pgAdmin. Oh, what is the pg? Yeah, whatever. There it is. Let's see if we can't connect to this one. So we have the local DB, which it shows is off. We're gonna do another one. Say Docker DB. Yeah. Oops, that's another one. It is going to be Postgres server. There's that. Save that. And then this is going to be. Might be this, might not be this. I'm just going to go with it to start with. Cannot translate. Oh, yeah. There. All right, what are we running on again? Ports 5432. No, what is the command in Docker to see what port is active? Find server and the port of running container. No, I just want to see Docker container details. Is it just Docker inspect? Okay, let's do that. Docker inspect. This one's no, it probably wants this thing. There we go. Okay, so MAC address, driver, IP address is this. That's kind of what it is. Say the port. Gateway is that one. That's that. So I'm going to go with the default port still. Let's try that. Oh my goodness. Did we do it? Sure looks like it. All right, so databases. Let's create a database. Database. SQL. Oh wait, we gotta add the name derp. Docker to-do list. I'm just making a mess of whatever. So there's our database. Icon look. It almost looked like it looked a little different. So yeah, there we go. We have that done. Now let's just go down here and add a table like you do. So basically the same thing. We make to-dos on Docker, whatever. Columns. Let's add some columns. Oh, look at this. I probably could have saved a ton of time by just, yeah, it's got all the values, right? So UUID, well, UUID array, in case you wanted more of them. So we'll just call this to do ID, UUID array, length, precision, not nullable, primary key, yes. How do we, well, I guess I'll figure out how to add that value in just a second. And then we'll do title, text, now let's do in bar, or bar. No. And we'll do string, text. Length doesn't matter, not null. There, we're just gonna have 2 values in this one. Boom. Go with that. I like this, got the metrics for the dashboard and everything. So go in here. Let's actually see about create column. Oh yeah, I need to add that value, the UUID. So here I'd put, UUID, whatever, but I need to add the trigger or whatnot. Anyway, you get the idea. There we go. We've got Postgres up and running. It's 2 quick ways to get it installed. And in the next session, we'll actually take a look at some of the data types, maybe write a little application against it, and look further at how to use Postgres. We got it installed via Docker, we got it installed via the local machine. So overall, good session. I am going to log out and go play some video games or something. Maybe I'll Twitch stream those. In the meantime, everybody have fun, and happy thrashing code.